¿Cómo iban así? Ya me miré allá.
Ya te escuchan.
Good morning. This is the arraignment calendar for May 19th, 2026. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the State Court of Clayton County. These are cases where some of the cases are going to be arraignment cases where the person is out of jail or out to bond. The other cases are going to be cases where the person is in jail currently. I'm going to call the arraignment calendar the out to bond calendar first, and then we will call the jail calendar. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have an attorney representing you, they're going to speak on your behalf, but I do need to know that you are here. And so just let me know if you hear your name called. Second thing is, please make sure your first and last name are on the screen, because it's hard for me to just determine who's where if I just see a first name, a nickname. So I need your first and last name. That's the rename function. So you're going to go to more or the screen, and you're looking for, if you activate the screen near your name, you'll see a blue box with 3 white dots. If you click on that, the rename function should be in the pull down menu. If you cannot find it there, go to more, click on more. And when more comes up, whatever's in that pull down menu, rename should be part of that. Okay. You will type in your first and last name in the box and hit enter, and it should change your name on the screen. So most of you have already done that. I appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and start with the arraignment calendar for May 19th in Clayton County, Georgia, State Court of Clayton County. So the first case on the calendar is Baron James Burgess. Baron James Burgess.
Judge, that's a Lister Holton Dennis case. I do have a note that is Mr. Burgess on the Zoom call?
Baron James Burgess. Last call.
They request a bench warrant bond forfeiture.
Bench warrant bond forfeiture will be granted. Yeah. Next case. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
My apologies, Judge.
Oh, no problem. Next case is Toriana Lamaria Cameron. Toriana Lamaria Cameron. Last call for Toriana Lamarian Cameron. All right, bench warrant for Cameron. Next is Alexa L. Clemens.
Judge, that's the Lister Holton Dennis case. She is present on the Zoom call. She wasn't able to secure the funding for pretrial intervention. I'm going to request a conference with Ms. Adams, and then we should have an announcement for the court shortly.
All right. So for Ms. Clemens, all right. Hector Flores. All right. I see Mr. Flores.
Yes. Yes.
Sí. Necesito interpretar.
Yes.
All right. So we'll, momentito, we'll get Miss Bermudez or Miss Tolles or Miss Mendez Porter in, and they will help us.
Excuse me?
I'm
with her. I'm his daughter. Is it okay if I interpret for him or no?
You can tell him what I'm saying now, but we actually need a court interpreter, and we have one available. She should be here in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, if you just let him know that and also consider training to be a court interpreter. We need more of them.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Andre Willis Gibbs. Andre Willis Gibbs. Last call for Andre Willis Gibbs.
They request a bench warrant.
Bench warrant bond forfeiture. All right, next is Holly Renee Harry.
Judge, she's present in the courtroom. She's approaching the podium.
All right, Miss Harry, you're charged with theft by taking. I do not see an attorney present. Do you have an attorney and they just haven't put in an order, or do you need the court to appoint an attorney, or are you representing yourself?
I don't have an attorney.
Did you need the court to appoint one for you?
No, thank you.
Okay, why do you say it that way?
Because in my situation, it was just kind of like a setup situation, and I really just
But okay, so here's the problem. Everybody thinks what we do is easy because all we do is talk, as one of my mama's clients said. But we take classes for 3 years, and then we take the bar and we do other jobs before we learn how to talk the talk that we're talking. So you think it's easy and you're just going to tell me what happened, but you can't do that because I have to listen to both sides. And so I can't just have you come up and say, okay, well, this is what happened. And I say, oh, no problem. Boom, it's gone. That's not what happens. The reason we offer you an attorney is because law is its own language. And there's a whole bunch of defenses and legal charges and things that these attorneys know, or they know where to find them if they don't know them off the top of their head, that you don't know. And while you think it makes common sense to you, the situation, it may actually be you admitting to something that is criminal. You know why we have a right to remain silent in the Constitution of the United States? So that we are not compelled to put ourselves in criminal jeopardy. Nobody can make us talk. Nobody can make us say anything or promise us anything to get us to testify or give evidence. And the reason for that is most of the time when people start talking without legal representation or without knowing what they're talking about, they think it's simple. They end up putting themselves in more trouble. So now that I've explained that to you, do you wish the court to appoint an attorney to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so have a seat. You'll speak with one of the attorneys in the courtroom, and they will get you together, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, next is Jamal Shaquille Hooks.
I'm here.
Hooks is online?
Yes, ma'am.
1 second. Who's Mr. Hooks?
I'm Mr. Hooks.
Mr. Hooks, you weren't able to change your name on the screen?
No, ma'am, I wasn't. You had said go to more, and after that, I don't see anything else that
All right,
gives
so
me the option to change it.
Mr. Hooks, you were continued from this court on March 3rd, 2026 to hire an attorney. Did you do that?
No, ma'am, I wasn't able to hire no attorney, so I was asking the court, can I just be appointed one?
We could have done that in March. Yes, sir. The The law firm of Lister, Holton, Dennis will assist you. What I'm going to ask you to do is go to the chat function. Do you see chat on your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Click on chat. When you see new chat, click on that.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to go down the list to courtroom 304.
Courtroom 304. Yes, ma'am.
Put in your first and last name, your phone number, and your email address.
First name, last name, and email address. Yes, ma'am.
And phone number.
Yes, ma'am. I did.
All right. So once Mr. Lynch has the opportunity to get that information, he'll speak with you, okay? Just mute your device while we're waiting.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jose Rigoberto Iraheta. I thought we did Mr. Iraheta's case. Oh, no, we put him on for a plea, I guess. Is he present? Is Mr. Kessler present?
Judge, Mr. Kessler is not present at the
I'm trying to
moment.
remember what we did with that case. Miss Val, do you remember Mr. Kessler? He made a request for Iraheta, and I don't know if it's a motions hearing or if he was going to do something at trial calendar.
Your Honor, it's my understanding it's supposed to be a plea.
That's
Yes,
what I'm saying.
that's why he
requested
wanted a
something.
plea calendar date, and I gave him this date
Okay.
from the May 4th.
All right. Well, he and his client aren't here yet, so.
Let me give
we'll
him a
see.
call.
All right. Thank you. He may not have remembered. Russell Keith Jackson.
Judge, Mr. Jackson is present in the courtroom. I'm going to ask for a conference with Miss Adams. I believe we're going to try to get that resolved pretty quickly.
Okay.
You can go ahead and stay seated. I'll be with
All righty. All right. Next is Marcus Antoine Jones.
Judge, that's the same announcement. I did schedule Mr. Jones for a plea. If I can just speak with Miss Adams briefly, we should have something for the court very shortly.
Okay. Michaela Chantrell Jordan.
I'm here, Judge.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, I'm here. I'm present.
Judge, it does show Lister Holton Dennis appointed to represent Ms. Jordan. We are also appointed to represent the co-defendant in this case. Your Honor, if I could just have a moment to review the information I have received on these cases, and then we're going to request a conference with the state.
All right. All right. Next is LaJohn, Khalil LaJohn.
Yes, ma'am. I'm present.
All right. So, sir, I don't see an attorney representing you. You're charged with no insurance, no taillights, and distracted driving. Did you wish to have an attorney appointed, or did you wish to represent yourself?
I represent myself.
All right. Are you over 21?
I am.
All right. So, Ms. Adams or Mr. Brooks, can you give Mr. LaJohn a recommendation for his charges?
Yes, we, do you have insurance at this moment?
Currently, no. But I'm
Okay.
also,
Well, we would just recommend a $200 fine for the no insurance charge, and then we would dismiss the other two.
yes, ma'am.
If you wanted to enter into a plea with the state today.
Yes, ma'am. Only thing is, I can't pay this till I get paid next month, the first. I mean, I'm sorry, the end of this month.
So,
Is
Mr. LaJohn,
this upfront or is this, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
I can give you time to pay, but my question is, are you operating a vehicle and you just admitted you don't have insurance?
No, ma'am. I haven't had a vehicle since December of last year.
Well, what you sitting in?
Oh, my coworker allowed me to use her vehicle for the court case. I'm at work right now. So.
Oh, okay. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
I thought we was about to make court case.
Oh, no. I'm no fool. I just forgot about that. I forgot about this ticket, which was 3 years ago. So,
Okay.
no, ma'am.
So, yeah, I can give you up to 60 days to pay. Now, I will tell you, the $200 fine is the base fine, but it is the statutory fine. So that's what's written into the law. But
Okay.
surcharges would make it $298, but I could give you 60 days to pay. That doesn't add anything extra to it, and there's no probation. You just pay it within the 60 days.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And one more question. My apologies.
No problem.
Who do I send that payment to, or how do I make that
Okay,
payment?
so what we have to do first is you have to take a plea.
Okay.
And then once you do that, we're going to get you to give us your email address, and we're going to send you all of the information by email. It'll have by which you need to pay. It'll have the information about where you can pay by coming in person, or you can pay online or by phone. And you'll have the 60 days in which to pay. And we encourage you to put a reminder in your phone so you don't miss that deadline. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And it won't take me 60 days. Trust me.
I got
Okay.
you.
Now I definitely take the plea. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I got a question for Miss
Go
Adams
ahead.
on your behalf. Is Miss Adams, do you know if he is NOLO eligible?
I can review that really quickly. Let me grab it.
What I'm asking, Mr. LeJohn, is if you are NOLO eligible, it means that this will not have a negative effect on your license that you currently hold. So if you were to enter a plea of guilty, it might have an effect on your license that could result in a suspension of your license. If you have if you're eligible to use a NOLO plea, then that would allow you to not have your license suspended and to go ahead and resolve this case.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, real quick, if I may ask,
Yes.
if it is suspended, is that until I pay the fee off, or is it just suspended?
No, it's a standard amount of time. It's 120 days.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I think I got that right. Is that right, Mr. Brooks, Miss Adams?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor. Yes, he is NOLO eligible, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. LeJohn, you do have the ability to enter a NOLO plea, which is a no contest plea. It means you understand that there's evidence that that the state has that they can present in front of the court, but you don't wish to contest that evidence and you don't wish to enter a plea of guilty.
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
wish to do that?
I do.
All right, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or
I solemnly
affirm
swear
any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
any testimony I give in this matter will be true.
Okay, you can say yes, that's okay.
Yes.
You can put your hand down. So you're before the court on 2023 CR 04050 for Mr. Khalil Quadre LeJohn. You're before the court for no insurance, count 1, no tail lights, count 2, and distracted driving, count 3. My understanding is you're representing yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you're entering a plea of NOLO to count 1, counts 2, and 3 will be null pros per your agreement with the state. By
Yes, ma'am.
entering a plea of NOLO, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And sir, if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please, Ms. Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. On April 27th, 2023, at approximately 5:30 a.m., officers observed the defendant's vehicle, a 2015 silver Nissan Altima, traveling on I-675 with the tail lights not working. Officers initiated a traffic stop on that vehicle, and the officer was advised by dispatch that the vehicle did not have valid insurance coverage. And he also confirmed that his insurance was expired. As to count 1, the state is recommending a $200 fine. Counts 2 and 3, the state is moving to no price.
All right. So, Mr. LeJohn, I'm going to accept your plea of nolo to count 1. I'll sentence you to pay a fine in the amount of $200. It'll be $298 with the surcharges, and I'll give you 60 days in which to pay. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to put your email address in the chat function. So I'm going to walk you through it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So go to chat. If you don't see it immediately on your screen, go to more and you should see chat under that function.
Yeah, I see it, ma'am. I know how to operate this.
Okay, click on chat. When you see new chat, go to the new chat function. Okay, you sent it. All right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Miss Tiki Brown, Miss Brown, do you have it?
We have it, Judge.
All right. So Ms. Brown, who is our clerk of court, she is going to make sure that you get this by email. If you don't see it between today and tomorrow, check your spam folder, but it's going to have the date by which you need to pay. You can pay online or by phone, and those instructions should be in the email. Or you can come into 9151 Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, second floor, and pay at the traffic court window, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right, take care, sir, and be safe.
You too. Thank you too, Ms. Adams. All right. God bless.
Thank you.
All right. So next case is Antavius Eugene Lumpford. Mr. Lumpford is represented by Mr. Holton Dennis.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Thank you, sir. Mr. Lynch.
Judge, I'm gonna have to do a Zoom conference with Mr. Lumpford to make sure that we're on the same.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, when Mr. Lynch, I think Mr. Lynch is working by himself today. So he's going to try and get as much done as quickly as possible, but please be patient. When he says, I need a conference, it means that if you're on video, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him so that you all can speak to him directly, privately. But it's going to take a minute because he's got to get through the calendar call, and then he's got to address each case. So I ask that you mute your device while we're doing this, and then we'll make sure we get to you as quickly as we can, okay? All right, so Mr. Lumpford, when I tell you you're going into a breakout room, I'll explain the process to you, okay?
Yep.
All right, next is Zariana Merkerson. Ms. Merkerson, your camera is really, really blurry.
It is. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to fix it. I don't know why it's doing it. I think it's because my son broke the lens. I'm not sure. But can you still see me?
That's possible. I see you. That's possible though, because if it's a broken lens, it might be why. I hear you. If you're still, I hear you fine.
Okay.
Okay, right there. Yeah. So you're before the court on battery, family violence, simple family violence. Mr. Lynch.
Judge, we are listed as being the appointed attorney for Ms. Mickerson. I would point out that the Mr. Lumpford is the co-defendant, I think cross-defendant, but I'll just need a moment to review and make sure that there's no conflict issues that need to be further addressed. So if I could just hold for a announcement on that case, Judge.
All right. Okay, so we'll get an announcement. So just mute your device, Ms. Markerson, and I'll be back with more information once Mr. Lynch has had the opportunity. Ms. Jordan.
Yes, ma'am.
Would be so kind as to turn your camera off and go put on some appropriate undergarments, please, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is streaming and I don't think you want people to see you in this representation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You can turn your camera off. All right. Joshua Deshaun Savoy.
Judge, Mr. Savoy is not going to make it today, not by his own choosing. Unfortunately,
What do you mean he ain't showing up? That's not going to make it today by his.
Judge, I do have I have a proof of incarceration for Mr. Savoy.
Okay, so that's different words. Oh, you prettied that up. Mr. Savoy has chosen to take a different route. He's taking a Zen approach to, no. Okay. So we'll do a bench warrant, but no bond forfeiture. Jaden Jannard Thomas.
Judge, he's present in the courtroom, and I very much expect that that's going to be resolved today based on what the state has offered. I'll just need a brief conference with the state to make sure that everyone's on the same page.
All right. And Charles Alexander West has 2 cases.
Judge, he's present in the courtroom. I'm going to have a conference with him, and I think we're going to hopefully get these resolved today.
All right. All righty. So that's the arraignment calendar. Mr. Lynch, tell me who you need to see. Ms. Bermudez is here. So let's talk to Mr. Flores first, if we can.
Yes, I think she's on the Zoom call. I can.
So Mr. Flores.
Yes.
So Ms. Bermudez, we have Mr. Hector Flores Reyes.
Your Honor,
Yes.
if you will give me just 1 second, let me try to. This computer sometimes is.
That's okay.
Okay, Your Honor, the interpreter is ready.
All right. So Mr. Hector Flores Reyes.
Señor Héctor Flores Reyes.
Sí.
You're before the court for no license.
Usted está ante el tribunal debido a conducir a manejar sin licencia de conducir.
And a
Sí.
traffic violation, which generally means a red light.
Y de una infracción de tránsito, lo que esto generalmente significa es haberse pasado un semáforo en rojo.
I do not see an attorney listed for you, sir.
Yo no veo que usted tiene un abogado, señor.
No, no tengo abogado.
No, I don't have an attorney.
Did you wish the court to appoint one for you?
¿Desea usted que la jueza le asigne uno?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. I can appoint the law firm of Lister Holton Dennis.
Yo le puedo asignar al bufete de abogados de Lister, Holt and Dennis.
Mr. Lynch is the attorney, and he's going to try and conference with you with Ms. Bermudez present.
El señor Lynch va a ser su abogado y él va a tener una reunión con usted, con la señora Bermúdez presente.
Sí.
All right. Mr. Lynch,
Yes. Sorry.
did you want to put your device on?
Yes, Judge, I have my device on. What I was gonna request that I go ahead and be placed in a breakout room with Ms. Bermudez and Mr. Flores, I believe. And
Yes.
also that if the state could send me the charging document and any other documents I might need to fully arraign Mr. Flores, hopefully we can get this resolved expeditiously.
Okay.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, Your Honor. My name is Samantha Adams. I'm with Lister Holton Dennis. I'm here to help Mr. Lynch. I can actually go into the breakout space just to make things more efficient.
Thank you, Ms. Adams.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Adams. All right, so Ms. Adams, I'm going to put you and Mr. Hector Flores Reyes and Ms. Bermudez in breakout room number 1, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Judge, since Ms. Adams is here doing that, I'm gonna start with the arraignment clients that are in the courtroom until the court directs me otherwise.
All right.
Señor Flores,
Sí.
¿sí le salió que vaya a la sala de espacios reducidos?
Sí.
Oprima ahí y ahí se va a reunir con su abogado.
Thank you, Ms. Bermudez.
You're welcome.
All right. So while they are in the breakout room, let's see, Flores. All right, Mr. Lynch, did you have a request?
No, I was gonna just start with the people in the courtroom unless you wanted to go through the jail calendar.
No, that sounds good. Go ahead and start with the people in the courtroom, and then we'll head to the jail calendar once we make some significant headway on here.
Thank you.
All right. All right, I'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your devices muted until you hear your name called. Mr. Lynch is going to work with the people in the courtroom as quickly as he can, and then he'll be back. Miss Vereen, I know you have someone on the jail calendar.
Yes, Judge.
So we'll get to you as soon as we can.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What happened? Hello? Man, hello?
Yes, sir. How can we help you?
I had a hearing today.
Okay, let's see.
Baron Burgess.
All right, Mr. Burgess, if you'll hold on a minute, your attorney's in the courtroom, and he'll get to you as soon as he can.
Okay, thank you.
Is there, were you having trouble logging on, Mr. Burgess?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the reception. It wasn't me having trouble, just the reception where I'm at. Didn't let me hello.
All right, I'm going to ask you to mute your device, and then Mr. Lynch will be able to talk to you in a moment, okay?
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can put this, okay, so this is one of them. Yeah, this is one of them, and the other one is Burgess slash. Yeah. Yeah, see if we've talked over if we've gotten information from different type of conflict, potentially, but if we haven't, we kind of just whether there's a conflict. Okay. Mr. Jones.
I am not sure what happened. I got kicked out of the breakout space. May I please be placed back in breakout space 1?
Yes, ma'am, no problem. Hold on.
Thank you.
That should be, the invitation should be up.
I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, Burgess is on. Okay. Yeah, he signed on. I forgot who was talking. So we haven't talked to either side either. Yeah. Well, we just like, hey, you got court, but just not. No, neither one was anything. Okay. Oh yeah. If you, I'm sorry. What I meant like, all we've gotten from him is, hey, you got court today. Okay. That's like that.
Okay, so no conflict.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure you got previous links. Okay, cool. All right. I'm sorry. You have your insurance. That's what I was. You have your insurance. Okay. Email me.
Yeah, they did a one.
I see you one right now.
I'm trying to do something right here. If stuff gets to the wire, I'll start jumping on them. But Your Honor, I do have an announcement for the arraignment calendar. I have a plea that's ready to go if the state is ready.
All right, Mr. Lynch, who do we have?
I'm sorry. Russell Jackson is ready to go forward with the negotiated plea.
All right, is the state ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Jackson, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. Come towards the red microphone, Mr. Lynch. All right. Mr. Jackson, you're before the court on 2025 CR 02877, Russell Keith Jackson. You're before the court for criminal trespass. You're represented by the law firm of Lister Holton Dennis. Mr. Lynch is with you at the podium. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Judge, he pleads no contest.
I'm sorry?
No contest.
Okay. By entering a plea of no contest or nolo, Mr. Jackson, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On incident date, May 5th, 2024, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to incident location here in Clayton County regarding a disturbance. Officers made contact with the defendant as well as who's listed in the victim in the accusation as victim, Miss Annette Jackson. They had the two had an argument about Miss Jackson going to her niece's house. The defendant, Mr. Jackson, did tell her that she was not allowed back in the house and did remove her clothing from within the house without permission. And this occurred here in Clayton County. State's recommendation to further offenses 12 months to serve 2 days, to which he'll be credited with the time he served. The balance is suspended upon him having no violent harassing contact with Annette Jackson.
All right, I'm sorry. Some of that blanked out. So can you tell me who the victim is again?
Annette Jackson. Annette Jackson is Mr. Jackson's wife. But it was 12 months to serve, 2 days, credit for time served, balance suspended upon no violent or harassing contact with Annette Jackson.
Mr. Lynch?
Yes, Judge. We're asking the state, I'm sorry, the court to accept that recommendation. Mr. Jackson, if you'll recall, did complete I believe, anger management class to have his bond modified. There have been no issues between him and his wife since then. And I don't think that Mr. Jackson will have this issue again. We just ask that you accept the recommendation.
All right, so Mr. Jackson, I'm going to accept accept the agreement between the attorneys to your NOLO plea, 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served, balance will be suspended as long as you have no violent or harassing contact with Annette Jackson. All right, you're free to go at this time, sir. All right, did you have, hello?
Can I make an announcement?
Sure.
My name is Jason Monroe. I'm the attorney for Stephanie Payne on the jail calendar.
Okay.
And we have a negotiated plea on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Kessler?
Just real quick, Judge, we're ready on Iraheta when you're ready. And I did tell the interpreter's office, so we'll need the interpreters.
I believe Miss Bermudez was working in the breakout room on one of the cases. So let me see if they are still there. Yeah, so Ms. Bermudez is present. She's just in the breakout room.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lynch, did you have any other announcements?
I'm sorry, Judge. I missed that.
Did you have any other announcements?
I should have one very shortly for Mr. Marcus Jones. I just need to go over his rights with him.
All right, thank you.
I've got like 5 cases on this morning. Went to Henry County, Clayton, Henry, and
The judges take off from tomorrow weekend. How was this?
I wish more of them would.
Exactly.
I got about 8 cases on Thursday afternoon, Judge Lottie's. Ready for a long weekend.
He's being challenged.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win that one?
I hope he does. I think we'll lead the Hales running to get. Yeah, I like him. A lot of them nervous today. Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Any other big races in Finland, or is that the most?
I think it's the main one. I don't think anybody else is opposed. Yeah. It's always been kind of hard to get along with the ringer. He uses a lot of my time. If you get a DUI court case down there, you'll make you come to court once a month for a status.
First part, I saw her here. She can't move around.
I'm gonna get it from her. So if a person had this, these two. You said they told you they tried. Yeah, you're fine. I think you're fine. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so he said it for 30 days and did it.
I appreciate it. I've been going crazy. Yeah, not that. My first time out, this is a big one. I appreciate you knowing that. Okay, so we will need appointment orders. Let's do that.
Well, it's for I believe that.
Now, Mr. Did she email me anything? Yeah, she did. Oh, she did email everything. Wow.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Okay, her, yeah, and then she emailed me everything. Does she email her? You just have stuff in this whole thing, right?
Yes, I have a subscription. Oh, okay.
Oh, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Miss, Terry, I want to put my notes on. So, did you make these? Thank you. That's great. We need those. We've had stuff like that before, but nobody ever used. Sometimes use yours, but.
I like that. Wow. You should get tattoos. Why not? You got any tattoos? How many do you have? Ooh. Where are they?
Mr. Lynch? Mr. Lynch?
Your Honor,
Yeah.
he's conferencing with a client right now. My
Is there,
apologies, he's coming.
Judge, I do apologize very much. I'm here.
okay, because Miss Adams is in the breakout room still with Miss Bermudez, and I don't know if she's learning Spanish or teaching Spanish. I don't know what's going on.
We do have another Spanish interpreter in the courtroom, and
Okay,
Mr.
good.
Kessler here. I think maybe he's gonna.
All right, Mr. Kessler, let's tee it up. We're ready. Thank you, Ms. Tolles.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So the red microphone is the hot mic. So if y'all could gather around that, Ms. Tolles probably needs to be closer.
All right. Hola, señor. Buenos días.
All right. All right, so this is State of Georgia versus Jose Rigoberto Iraheta. Mr. Iraheta is represented by Mr. Jason Kessler. Mr. Iraheta is before the court on case 2022 CR 05689. He's charged with driving under the influence, count 1. Driving under the influence less safe, count 2. Driving with a suspended or revoked license, count 3. No license, count 4. Wrong side of the road, count 5. All right. Mr. Kesser, I'm sorry, Mr. Iraheta, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
So, Mr. Kesser, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Please guilty, Judge.
Mr. Kesser?
He pleads guilty to the DUI and no load to the suspended license. I'm sorry. He pleads guilty to the DUI and no load to the suspended license, Judge.
All right. Mr. Iraheta, by entering a plea of guilty to count 1, count 2 will merge. No load to count 3. Counts 4 and 5 will be no prost. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to present evidence and testimony to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes.
All right. Factual basis, recommendation, please. Interpreter speed.
Yes, ma'am. On April the 14th of 2022, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to a vehicle accident. Officers observed both drivers of the vehicle, identified that the accident appeared to be a head-on collision, where one vehicle went into the lane, the wrong lane, collided with another. Officers identified Mr. Iraheta as one of the drivers. During the course of the encounter, officers did make observations of impairment.
If the interpreter may pause 1 moment, did make observations of
Impairment.
Sí observaron que el conductor estaba afectado.
Additionally, they noted the smell of alcohol
Adicionalmente notaron
coming from his person.
que se despedía de su persona.
Officers inquired of him, did he have anything to drink?
Le preguntaron si él había tomado algo.
He did advise that he had.
Informó que sí había tomado.
Officers were unable to do field sobriety evaluations
No pudieron llevar a cabo los ejercicios de sobriedad.
because he was unable to stand without falling.
No pudo pararse sin caerse.
Officers placed him under arrest,
Los agentes entonces
driving under the influence,
por manejar bajo los efectos de alcohol.
read implied consent,
Le leyeron el consentimiento implícito.
and requested a blood sample, to which Mr. Iraheta agreed.
Y el señor Iraheta
And his blood sample returned a BAC of
salió
0.339.
de 0.339.
Additionally, during the course of the investigation and the encounter,
De la investigación,
officers determined that Mr. Iraheta
el señor Iraheta
was driving on a suspended license.
estaba manejando con la licencia suspendida.
This all occurred here in Clayton County.
Dentro de los límites del condado de Clayton.
The state's recommendation to count 1
La recomendación para el
is
cargo
12 months to serve 72 hours.
para cumplir 72 horas.
The balance is probated.
Con saldo en libertad
He's
condicional.
completed a DUI risk reduction program.
Programa
de control de riesgos, reducción de riesgos, perdón.
Partaking no drugs or alcohol during the course of probation.
Nada de drogas ni alcohol durante el transcurso de su plazo de libertad condicional.
Submit to random screens and tests.
Controles antidopajes, según le indique.
Complete 240 hours of community service.
140 horas de servicio comunitario.
Complete a substance abuse evaluation and treatment, should it be necessary.
Una evaluación por problemas de consumo de sustancias y tratamientos si se lo recomienda.
Excuse me. And a $600 fine.
Y una multa de $600.
Count 2 merges into count 1.
Uno se une al cargo, perdón, el cargo.
Count 3 is a $500 fine.
Se trata de una multa de $500.
Count 4 and 5 are being no cross.
Los cargos 4 y 5 serán anulados.
Mr. Kessler, anything on behalf of Mr. Iraheta?
Usted quisiera aportar
Yes, we
en
ask that
nombre
you
del
accept
señor
the
Iraheta.
recommendation,
Estamos
Judge.
solicitando que usted acepte
So,
la recomendación, señor
Mr. Iraheta, I know this was a while ago,
Eso pasó hace bastante
but
tiempo.
that's a scary blood alcohol level.
El nivel alcoholemia tenía
That's
da miedo.
almost 4 times the legal limit.
4 veces el límite legal.
It takes a while to get up to that level and still be able to function.
Mucho para llegar a
What
ese
have you done since this happened
funcionando. ¿Qué ha
to
hecho
address the alcoholism?
para resolver su problema de alcoholismo?
I'm sorry. I used to try to stay away from there, but sometimes I feel like drink. That's what it is. And
If it's better in Spanish, then that's fine.
Está mejor explicarlo en español, está bien.
sí, yo lo que estoy diciendo de que yo trato de dejar por un tiempo y sometimes I feel the drink. That's what it is.
What I'm trying to say is sometimes I try to stop for a while and then sometimes I just feel like drinking and that's what it was.
Y todavía yo he estado yendo a los alcohólicos anónimos en el 85 Highway.
And I have still been going to Alcoholics Anonymous on Highway 85.
All right, so we're gonna make that a part of the
Muy
sentence.
bien, vamos a hacer que esa condición sea parte
One meeting per week
una reunión a la semana.
with proof of going to the meeting
Asistido,
submitted during probation.
usted puede entregar el comprobante a su agente de libertad condicional.
So, Mr. Erejeta,
Señor Iraeta,
there is nothing I could sentence you to
ninguna
that would be worse than if you killed somebody.
que sería peor de que si usted matara a alguien.
If you have family members that you love, and you can imagine somebody coming to your house to tell you that they've been killed by a drunk driver, imagine what it would feel like if you put somebody else in that position.
Sentiría poner a otra persona en esa posición.
Yo estoy
If you drink and stay home, you don't pose a risk to the general public.
Puedo poner a alguien en problemas.
I'm aware that I could get someone in trouble. Si usted
Ms. Toles, you're gonna have to speak up into the red microphone for me.
I'm sorry. One moment, Your Honor. If the interpreter may finish what you said, and then I will ask Mr.
Go ahead.
what he said. Si usted se queda en casa a tomar, entonces usted no presentaría ningún riesgo. Ahora, ¿qué fue lo que usted le quería decir a ella?
No, yo sé de que yo puedo poner a alguien en problemas cuando yo ando en la calle para
I know that I could get someone into trouble when I'm out.
for years when him that I try to stay away from the drink.
And it's been 4 years that I've been trying to stay away from drinking.
Okay, so it's like with any other illness, like high blood pressure. If you stop taking your medicine, you die.
Enfermedad como la tensión arterial alta, si dejas la medicina, entonces se muere.
Quiero decir la verdad.
I would like to tell the truth.
I feel messed up sometimes because I have HIV.
I feel messed up sometimes because I have HIV.
Because I have what?
I feel stressed.
I get that, Mr. Iraheta.
Yo entiendo eso, señoría.
A lot of people feel stress,
Porque mucha gente
but there are healthier ways to deal with it.
más sanas de lidiar con eso.
There's meditation, prayer,
Meditación, oración,
different medications that could deal with anxiety and stress,
que pueden ayudar con la ansiedad.
which would not cause you to
And
be
I would like to
impaired.
And I would like to say something else. Sí, señor.
Que me he dejado de mi esposo por mí.
My wife has left me for the same reason.
So, Mr. Iraheta, now's the time
Entonces, señor, ir ahora.
to commit to making some
Ahora
changes in your life.
Ahora es el momento de comprometerse a hacer cambios con su vida.
Because if you don't make some changes in your life,
Hacer cambios.
not only will other people leave, but you may end up taking somebody from their family or taking yourself from your family.
De alguien, o usted puede quitarse a usted la misma vida.
The next time you think about drinking, call your sponsor. Let them walk you through what they do
Llame a su
to avoid getting into trouble.
le orienten para que usted evite emborracharse.
Quiero que
Go to a meeting.
Vaya a una reunión.
Disculpa por lo que yo acabo de decir.
And I'd like to say I'm sorry for what I've said.
So, sir, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to count 1.
Yo acepto entonces su declaración de culpable al cargo 1.
I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 72 hours.
12 meses para cumplir 72 horas.
Credit for time served.
Dándole el tiempo que usted ya tiene cumplido.
The balance will be probated for you to
Condicional
do a risk
para que
reduction class,
complete la clase de reducción de riesgos.
to have no alcohol or drugs during the course of your probation.
Nada de alcohol ni de drogas durante el transcurso de su
You're subject to random screens for alcohol and drugs.
controles de antidopaje para detectar consumo de alcohol o de drogas.
You'll take a substance abuse evaluation
Someterse a una evaluación,
and any treatment that may be ordered.
consumo de sustancias y cumplir con cualquier tratamiento que
You'll do 240 hours of community service,
completar 240 horas de servicio.
a fine in the amount of $600,
La cantidad
which would probably be closer to $1,000 with the surcharges,
será más como $1,000 con todas las
and 1 community support meeting per week. That's Alcoholics Anonymous. If you've been going to that, continue to go. You'll just show proof of having gone each week. You can go more than 1 meeting per week, but it is a minimum of 1 per week.
de haber asistido. Puede ir más de una vez a la semana, pero el requisito sería una vez a la semana. May I say something?
Yes.
I can't pay for that right now because I'm not working.
Mr. Kessler, if you want to do count 3 consecutive and he can finish anything he doesn't finish in 1.
That'd be great, Judge. That sounds good.
Okay. So count 3 will run consecutive to count 1 for payment of a $500 fine, which would be $737.50, and to complete all of the special conditions in count 1.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Iraheta says he's not working, so I'll suspend the supervision fees for the first 3 months of his probation.
Voy a suspender el pago de la tarifa de supervisión de probation durante los primeros 3 meses.
Anything else, Mr. Kessler?
¿Algo más, licenciado Kessler?
That'll be it, Judge.
Es todo eso, señora.
All right. So, Mr. Erejeta, you're gonna go.
Todavía lo que le he pagado a él me lo han prestado.
¿Cómo?
Lo que le pagué a él me lo han prestado también.
Oh, okay.
That'll be it, Judge. We'll help him with probation.
Okay, thank you.
Le vamos a ayudar con libertad condicional. Gracias.
All right. Deputy Castro. Oh, I'm sorry, Deputy. Here's a question. So, sir, who's your client that you have a plea for?
I have Stephanie Payne.
Stephanie Payne has 2 cases. Do you, Deputy, do you have a problem bringing her out so we can do a plea? If it's a safety issue, let me know. I usually wait until we're finished with arraignment, but if we can do that, I would appreciate it.
No, man, I can grab it right now.
All right, thank you so much.
Judge, I do have a negotiated plea ready if this is the time to make that announcement.
Sure.
For Mr. Thomas, on the arraignment calendar, I believe we've got a negotiated plea for that.
Okay. Do you have a way of checking on Miss Adams in the breakout room? Because she's still in there with Miss Bermudez, and it's a no license charge. I don't know that it should. Yes.
She's waiting on the state. The GCIC terminal is running very slow. So
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Oh, Mr. Lynch, Mr. Burgess is here. Mr. Baron Burgess, who was our first person. He did appear.
Okay, and I will request a breakout room, probably just momentarily, or maybe Miss Adams, depending on where we're at. Oh, excuse me, I'm in the way of another attorney.
Yep.
You had another case here too.
All right.
We go through that after your time served.
Okay.
Ms. Payne, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Ms. Payne, you're before the court with 2 cases. Mr. Monroe, are you representing her on the second case, the distracted driving?
I will, Your Honor. I believe we could probably get the solicitor to give us just time served on that one.
All right, it's distracted driving and following too close, Mr. Brooks. So, Ms. Payne, you're before the court on case 2020-CR-02531, Stephanie J. Payne, driving under the influence count 1, driving under the influence count 2. For you're represented by Attorney Jason Monroe, who's with you at the podium. Ms. Payne, you also have case 2021-CR-06907 for distracted driving, count 1, and following too close, count 2. I'll appoint Mr. Monroe to that case also, if he, because he's indicated that he wishes to handle it, if you're okay with that.
That's fine.
All right. So, Ms. Payne, on case ending in 02531, Mr. Monroe, what is your client plea to the offenses of DUI and DUI less safe?
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right. So DUI and then DUI less safe will merge. All right. So, and on the case of distracted driving and following too close, what is your client plea to the offenses before the court?
Pleads guilty to those as well, Your Honor.
All right. All right, by entering a plea of guilty to count 1 on the case 202CR02531, and by count 2 will merge. By entering a plea of guilty on the case to both charges on the case 2021-CR06907, Ms. Payne, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself, and if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Ms. Payne?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Your Honor, on November 28th, 2019, officers responded to the area of Panhandle Road and Morning Dove Road in Clayton County in response to a altercation in a vehicle. The Upon officers' arrival, officers observed the vehicle to be disabled in the roadway. They observed the front wheel was damaged and appeared to be disconnected from the front suspension. Officers made contact with the defendant, who admitted to driving the vehicle. The defendant had injuries to her face and neck that she attributed to a fight that she was involved in during the previous during the previous altercation. And as the officer continued to speak with the defendant, the officer detected a strong odor of alcohol coming from the defendant's person. The defendant openly stated that she had been drinking prior to getting inside of the vehicle. Officers asked her how much alcohol she had consumed, to which she stated a few. Officers then asked the defendant to participate in standardized field sobriety testing, to which she agreed. The officer attempted to begin the standardized field sobriety testing, but then the defendant changed her story and said that an unknown male had offered to drive, or excuse me, and stated that she was not driving the vehicle, excuse me. Officers formulated based on the totality of the circumstances, officers formed the opinion that the defendant was under the influence of alcohol and that she was operating the vehicle, and they placed her under arrest for DUI. They read her implied consent, to which she agreed, and blood was taken. Which yielded a BAC alcohol content of 0.167. As to count 1 on 2020 CR 02531, the state is recommending 12 months to serve. Credit for the time served. On 2021 CR 06907, as to count 1, the state would dismiss. Count 2 will be a $100 fine suspended.
Anything on behalf of your client, Mr. Monroe?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may, Ms. Payne has been in bench warrant status since 2022. She was sent to the federal state prison for a charge out of Spalding County, and she's been continuously incarcerated since that time. So it's my understanding the recommendation is 12 months to serve, but give her credit for that time. There would be no additional service.
Yes. All
That's
right.
all.
So, yeah,
That's all.
that is fine with the court. Ms. Payne, on the case 2020CR02531, on count 1, guilty, the court is going to sentence you to 12 months to serve with credit for time served. Balance will, there shouldn't be any balance. So you've done the entire 12 months. Count 2 merges into that count. The case 2021CR06907, distracted driving. Count 1 is no pros, and count 2 is, in exchange for the guilty plea, is $100 fine suspended. So Ms. Payne, you got a new start, Ms. Payne. When you walk out of here, unless you got something in some other county, you walk out free, and you got to really make some choices about what you want your life to look like.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I know with a record, people say, oh, it's so hard to find a job, but there are jobs that will take you.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can get your life back on track and never, ever go back to the Clayton County Jail or prison or any of that. Okay. So I encourage you to sit down, make a list of how you want to draw out what you want your life to look out. Some people do vision boards. I would say it's always helpful to kind of write it out. Pick 5 things you want to do differently or to have your life look like in the next year. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And once we have a plan, it doesn't always go to plan, but let me just say this. They say if you shoot for the moon, if you land among the stars, it still is good.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if you have a plan and you execute that plan, even if it's not exactly what you planned on doing, you're going to end up with something good because you have a plan.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
All right. So take care of yourself, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Monroe. Thank you for your patience. Yes. All right. So, Ms. Vereen, have you spoken to the state regarding Mr. Love? Ms. Vereen?
Apologies, Judge. I'm here.
Oh, have you spoken to the state with regarding Mr. Love, or do y'all need a conference?
No, Judge, I haven't. And this was pertaining to a withdrawal. He was on the calendar yesterday.
Yes.
For a state court case.
Yes.
Our staff inadvertently filed into the wrong case. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean filed into the? I'm confused.
Understood, Judge. So essentially, we're supposed to represent Mr. Love on a VOP in Superior Court.
Okay.
We have an assistant who instantly filed into the state court case instead of the Superior Court case because the Superior Court case he said was disposed of. So he didn't know that he had to file into that case, and that was the proper case to file into. So it was a inadvertent mistake on our part. We want to take full responsibility for it. We did file a withdrawal yesterday after getting notice that Mr. Love was on the calendar yesterday. So we were placed on today as well.
So what you're saying is Mr. Love never actually had you on this case. It was a clerical error.
That's correct. That's correct. He had a Superior Court case from 2021 in front of Judge Malone, and that was the correct case that we were supposed to represent him on.
So, Deputy, if you could bring out Mr. Love and let's at least talk about this together so he and Ms. Vereen are on the same page, and then we can talk about what the options are in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, red microphone. What you saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
He's at the podium, Judge.
So, Mr. Love.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you've been here before me before, so let's talk. So what I found, my understanding is there's been a mistake in your representation. So let me explain what happened. So yesterday, when you were supposed to come up on the calendar, we were looking for Mr. Render's office, Attorney Shannon Render's office, to assist you because that was what was on our calendar. You already had Lister Holton Dennis representing you, but then Mr. Renner's case came into the case. So here's the problem though. Mr. Render's office was representing you in Superior Court on the felony violation of probation matter. They did not, it was not their intention or their agreement with you, according to Ms. Vereen, to represent you in this court. So you had Lister Holton Dennis in this court.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure you were clear because they're trying to withdraw from the case, and I wanted you to be clear that if they withdraw from the case, you still have Lister Holt and Dennis.
For this, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're clear on that.
Yes, ma'am. Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand how I don't understand how it got mixed up. They were
Yeah,
on
it was
Yes, Judge. It was on our part. It was on our part, Mr. Love.
But I get how it could happen because if somebody's filing into a case, they're going to look for the open case instead of the case that was closed and ready for a VOP. Okay, so that's what happened. But thank you for understanding. I'm going to go ahead and sign the withdrawal for Mr. Render's case, and then I'm going to let Mr. Lynch speak to you about this case. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So y'all can talk about this case. Mr. Lynch is still your attorney on here, and then we've cleared up the mistake. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Love. Thank you, Ms. Vereen. You're free to
No
go.
problem, Judge. And Attorney Renner does say hello, Judge, and he does send sincere apologies for this clerical error.
I got you.
All right.
Tell him today.
All right.
All right.
In reference to Mr. Love, I will talk to him about what's on the table as far as the state. I believe, though, if I'm not mistaken, because when I saw that Mr. Render entered an appearance, I did assume that Mr. Render was on the case, but I believe he previously was arraigned and we did enter a not guilty plea.
We did, and I just didn't know if there was an update to that, but I did want him to at least know that you were still representing him.
Thank you, Judge. And
So if there's
I'll
no
talk
change,
to him.
that's fine.
I'll see whether he's going to entertain what the state's offering him, though, before he leaves today.
All right.
The state is moving to no across that case, the Love case.
Oh, well, I'll tell him that.
Oh, well, yeah, I think he would not have a problem with that.
Yeah, we don't have an issue with that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Adams.
Thank you.
All right. So we're moving on both calendars right now. So that's good. Mr. Lynch, do you have any other announcements on the arraignment calendar?
Yes,
So I have still Burgess, Cameron, Clemens, Flores. They're still waiting on an announcement, I guess, in Flores from the state or the state's package. Gibbs is a bench warrant bond forfeiture. And then 2 appointments, Harry and Hooks. Itahita is a plea. Jackson is a plea. Lejean is a plea. And we're waiting on Jones, Jordan, Lumford, Murkison, Thomas, and West.
Yes, Judge. So I do have a couple announcements. I do have a negotiated plea for Mr. Thomas. For Miss Harry, we are going to enter a not guilty plea for today.
All right. Miss Harry.
I'm sorry, Miss Harry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to give my speech. Bring Mr. Thomas up.
Oh. Thomas, come on forward.
All right. Miss Harry, just adhere to your bond conditions. That means not getting any other offenses. And then please keep in touch with your attorneys. If anything changes about your contact information, Miss Harry, please make sure that you let Mr. Lynch or his office know of any changes in contact information, okay? And you're free to go at this time. All right, Mr. Thomas, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. So Mr. Jaden Jannard Thomas, 2023 CR 03771, you're before the court for DUI, count 1, DUI less safe, count 2, speeding, count 3, and license not on person, count 4. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, he's going to enter a no contest plea to count 3, speeding. The other charges on the accusation are going to be null pros, at least pursuant to my understanding of the offer.
All right, by entering a plea of nolo to count 3, counts 1, 2, and 4 will be null pros. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On September 20th, 2022, at approximately 12:30 p.m., officers were conducting traffic enforcement in the area of Panola Road, and Stagecoach Road in Elwood, Georgia, in Clayton County, when they observed a Honda Accord traveling at a high rate of speed. The officers estimated the vehicle to be going at 70 miles per hour and caught the vehicle on laser at 71 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. Officers initiated a traffic stop and made contact with the driver. Driver had a loud odor of marijuana coming from his person. The officer asked when was the last time he used it, and he said that he used it recently. The officers conducted standardized field sobriety testing, to which the defendant had 0 out of 6 clues on HGN. And officers did not do any further testing due to the terrain in the area for safety purposes. As to count 3, the state is recommending a $300 fine. Counts 1, 2, and 4 will be null pros.
Mr. Lynch, what does your client need with respect to time to pay the fine? Is he paying today?
He can get it paid. I believe he indicated he would get it paid today, but I'll just ask for 30 days just to make absolutely certain of that, Judge. And he did complete a defensive driving course. Just that's why the state was willing to sort of work with us on the fine. But we appreciate, or we would ask the court to accept the recommendation.
All right, Mr. Thomas, how old are you, sir?
21.
Oh, Mr. Thomas, you're in that phase of life where you just think that you got it all under control. You invincible, you're never gonna crash your car. You drive better than everybody else. You cool. But let me just tell you, 21 to 27 is when we have the most calamities in life. Because we're less careful. And so I want to see you be a man in your 30s and in your 40s. And so I just ask that you remember that when you're driving at 71 miles an hour in a 45 mile per hour zone, the people that see you coming in the rear view mirror panic. And when they panic, when you think you're going to go to the left and they're not sure which way to go, they're going to also go to the left. And the next thing you know, crash is 71 miles per hour. I want you to consider that you're not just driving for yourself. You have to anticipate the other people on the road. And I get it. When I was your age, man, but see, I lived in South Dakota and there's no traffic on the roads in South Dakota. You can open a car up and never see another car if you're driving at the right time. This is not South Dakota. This is traffic all day, every day, 24 hours a day, Atlanta traffic. And so now that you've gotten this out of your system, we're going to be a more responsible driver, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because think about this too. If you crash your car, how easy is it going to be for you to get another car right away? Cars are expensive.
Yeah. Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's going to shut down everything else you got going on. Job, school, hanging out, all of that. So I just ask you, we've done the irresponsible thing. Now we're going to do the responsible thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. All right. So counts 1 and 2 will be no pros. Count 4 will be no pros. Count 3 is a NOLO plea. It's $300 fine. It's going to be $444 with the surcharges. Mr. Lynch didn't tell you about the surcharges? I always tell you about the surcharges. Okay, so the $300 is the base fine, and the state imposes additional charges that are required on our base fines. So no matter what fine we give you, there's going to be surcharges imposed on that fine. Okay, so it's going to be $444. I'll give you 30 days in which to pay unless you need 60. Do you need 60?
I'm gonna go pay it right now.
Okay, so when you go downstairs, you're going to go down right below where we are. You're going to come back into the hallway and go to your left to the traffic court window. The individuals at the traffic court window are going to pull it up by your last name. They're going to accept your money and give you your paperwork, okay? Keep your certificate from the driving course because that's helpful in a lot of ways. It's helpful with insurance and everything else, okay?
Okay.
All right, so take care, Mr. Thomas, and I hope I won't see you again in this context.
All right. Thank you.
All right, take care. Second
Judge,
floor.
to be fair, I think I might not have mentioned too much about the surcharges. I think what I did was quote the how much these charges that got null pros would have cost.
Oh yeah, those would have
Probably
been
should have been
a
little
lot.
bit more about
Bye,
this.
Dad. I'll see you in the back.
Your Honor, I have a update for the court when the court will allow.
I'm ready now.
For the First West case, 2021 CR 07049, the state's going to move to no pros that one.
All righty.
And we do have a negotiated plea for the other. We have a negotiated plea for Mr. West's other man.
All right. Is he on video? Or is he in court?
He's present.
Come on up, Mr. West.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So, Mr. West, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right. So you're before the court on case 202. You can put your hand down. I'm sorry, sir. You're before the court on 2021 CR 07049. That case is being no pros per the state. And then you're before the court on case 2021 CR 07055 for suspended registration, count 1, no insurance, count 2, and no tag or expired or invalid tag, count 3. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court on the second case?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. So the first case, count 1 is going to be null pros. Count 2, he's going to enter a no contest plea, and count 3, he'll plead guilty.
All right, by entering a plea of nolo to count 2 and guilty to count 3, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf to not incriminate yourself. And Mr. West, if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
Judge, we'll stipulate there's a factual basis as alleged on the
okay. Recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. As to count 2, the state is recommending a $200 suspended fine. Counts 1 and 3 will be no prize.
All right. So, Mr. West, I just say this, please remember that, especially as we get older and insurance is more expensive, keep all your documents in working order. Make sure you have insurance. Make sure that you have your tag. Make sure you have your registration, because if your insurance fails, it's going to suspend your registration. If you don't have a registration, it's going to suspend your license. So remember all of these things, because when we get on the road, it's too easy to figure out if something is wrong. A car with a tag reader is going to pull right up behind you, and everything is going to come up on that officer's computer. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we old enough to now where we got to be responsible. All right. So count 1, no pros. Count 3, no pros. Count 2, I'll accept your NOLO plea. The $200 fine will be suspended. The first case was no pros, and you are free to go at this time, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good one. Judge,
Yes.
another announcement from the arraignment calendar is that Mr. Marcus Jones is going to enter a not guilty plea today.
All right. So is Mr. Jones in the courtroom?
He is.
All right. So Mr. Jones, if you have bond conditions, if you don't know what they are, go downstairs and get a copy of your bond conditions. If you violate your bond conditions, you could have your bond revoked. You could return to jail and spend the remainder of the time in jail until your case is resolved. You could also be charged with additional misdemeanors or felonies. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So like I said, if you don't know what's on your bond conditions, go downstairs to the first floor, state court clerk's office, and they'll give you a copy. Okay. All right. Keep in touch with your attorney. You're free to go, sir. All right. Any other announcements?
Yes, Your Honor, I have an announcement for Mr. Flores.
Yes, ma'am.
That's going to be a NOLO plea.
All right. So are we ready on Flores?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bermudez.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me make sure. I thought I saw him.
I'm here, Judge.
Oh, I see you. I was looking for Mr. Flores. No problem. I got it.
Sam.
All right. Mr. Flores, raise your right hand for me.
Señor Flores, levante su mano derecha para mí.
You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Jura usted y afirma solemnemente que cualquier testimonio que usted dé en este asunto va a ser la verdad.
Sí.
Yes.
You can put your hand down, sir.
Puede bajar su mano, señor.
Mr. Flores, you're before the court on case 2023 CR 04052 for no license and traffic violation.
Señor Flores, usted está ante este tribunal debido al caso 2023 CR 04052 por manejar sin licencia de conducir y una infracción de tránsito.
Sí.
Yes.
You're represented by attorney Samantha Adams.
Usted está siendo representado por la licenciada Samantha Adams.
Ms. Adams, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Señorita Adams, ¿cómo se declara su cliente con respecto a los delitos ante este tribunal?
Because Mr. Flores has a valid license, now the state is going to be dismissing count 1, and he's going to be pleading NOLO to count 2.
Debido a que el señor Flores tiene ahora una licencia de conducir válida, el Estado va a desestimar el cargo número 1 y él se va a declarar nulo del cargo número 2.
By entering a plea of NOLO to count 2, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge.
Al declararse nulo del cargo número 2, usted renuncia al derecho de tener un juicio ante un juez o un juicio ante un jurado.
You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Renuncia al derecho de que el Estado pruebe su culpabilidad más allá de una duda razonable.
You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor.
Renuncia al derecho de tener la presunción de inocencia a su favor.
You give up the right to present evidence and testimony, to not incriminate yourself.
Renuncia al derecho de presentar pruebas y testimonio, de no incriminarse a sí mismo.
And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status.
Y si usted no es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos, una declaración de culpable o de nulo podría afectar de forma negativa su estatus migratorio.
Do you understand all of these rights, sir?
¿Entiende usted todos los derechos, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Adams, if you're willing, I'll go ahead and accept a stipulation to the fact.
Yes, Your Honor.
Señorita Adams, si usted está de acuerdo, yo voy a proceder y voy a aceptar una estipulación con respecto a la determinación de hechos. Sí, su señoría.
Mr. Brooks, what is the recommendation on count two?
Count two is a $100 fine, Your Honor.
Señor Brooks, ¿cuál es su recomendación para sentencia en el cargo número 2? Para el cargo número 2 va a ser una multa de $100.
Mr. Flores, with the surcharges, that's going to be $153.
Señor Flores, con los recargos de ley, eso va a ser un total de $153.
Está bien.
That's
You're
fine.
not at the courthouse, so I can give you up to 30 days to pay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The interpreter did not
I'm sorry.
get that.
You're not at the courthouse, so I can give you up to 30 days to pay unless you need more time.
Por el hecho de que usted no se encuentra en el tribunal, yo le puedo dar hasta 30 días para pagarlo, a menos que usted necesite más tiempo.
No, lo pagamos ahorita mismo. Sí,
No, we will pay it right now if we are able to.
So I'm going to ask for your email address so that we can send you your information.
Yo le voy a pedir que me dé su correo electrónico para nosotros poder enviarle la información.
And you can pay in person on the second floor of the Justice Center building in Jonesboro, Ontario Boulevard.
Y usted puede pagar en persona en el segundo piso del Centro de Justicia que está ubicado en Jonesboro.
Or you can pay online or by phone.
O usted puede pagar por internet o por teléfono.
So, ma'am, who you're assisting your dad?
Yes.
Okay. So do you know how to use the chat function?
Yeah, I already have the email typed up, so I'll just send it to the meeting chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, listen, this woman needs a job. She has interpreter skills. She's already got paralegal skills loading. So y'all just remember. All right. So, Mr. Flores.
Señor Flores.
You'll receive the information in a day or so, probably by tomorrow.
Usted va a recibir la información en un día más o menos, probablemente para el día de mañana.
But you can come in and pay it in person anytime between now and the 30th day, or you can pay online or by phone per the instructions.
Pero usted lo puede pagar en cualquier momento en persona entre ahora y los próximos 30 días, o lo puede pagar por internet o por teléfono, según siga las instrucciones.
Está bien.
That's fine.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So that's it? We can get out the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then they
Yes.
got the email, correct?
Yeah, so we're gonna just check that email over it's probably not gonna be today, because I still gotta sign a lot of stuff, but check tomorrow and then check your spam folder just in case.
Okay. Thank y'all so much for everything.
All right, take care.
You too.
All right, let's see. Mr. Lynch, you have anybody else? Miss Adams, you have anybody else?
I would actually like to be placed in a breakout space with Jamal Hooks.
All righty. We'll do that right away.
Thank you.
Ms. Bermudez, I think we have done everybody who needs your services on this calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
If we need you again, we will call you.
Thank you so much.
All
Have a
right,
good
thank
day,
you.
Judge.
You too. All right, so Mr. Hooks is going into breakout room number 4. Ms. Adams, I'll move you into breakout room number 4.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I'm aware that the remaining people on the Zoom call who do have cases that need to be resolved.
Okay.
I can go ahead and do a breakout room, but I was going to ask if the court, I do have some multiple negotiated pleas on the jail calendar if you wanted to knock out a couple. And
Yeah,
then
that's fine, because Miss Adams is working on the people on video. So
that's what I was
yeah,
thinking.
let me go ahead and call the jail calendar. And then we've already gotten a couple of cases resolved from that. And then we can work both at the same time. All right, so on the first case on the calendar, Bridges, Daquan Bridges, that is a violation of probation.
Yes, Judge, we're gonna stipulate and ask the court to accept Ms. Chang's recommendation in this matter.
Okay, all right. Next is Robert Lee Crawford.
Judge, that is gonna be a negotiated plea.
Dana Dotson.
Same announcement.
How's Mr. Dotson today?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How is Mr. Dotson today?
He seems to be doing pretty well today, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah.
So Hazelwood.
That is going to be a negotiated plea, and we're going to ask the court to give her first offender status.
Oh, all right. Montarius D'Angelo Johnson.
Judge, that is going to be a negotiated plea. I actually need to confirm what the offer is from Miss Adams, but since it's a 2019 loitering case, I'm pretty sure I gave him a pretty good idea of what it would be.
Okay.
Although I just want to confer with Miss Adams to make sure I'm not way out of line with that.
All right, so Love has been no promise. Mr. Love can be processed out unless there's something holding him that I'm not aware of. Stephanie Payne, that was a plea on both cases. Next is David Eugene Simon Jr.
Judge, that's going to be a plea today. He'll plead guilty. Negotiated plea.
Michael Adrian Terrell.
Judge, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Terrell made bond and is not in custody at this time.
Okay, so OTB. Khalil Lamar Williams.
Your Honor, I need to review. I think I need to maybe conference with Mr. Williams a bit further. It's not coming to me off the top of my head where we landed.
That's okay. Arthur Philip Willis.
And same announcement on that, Judge. He's in the booth right now. I just need to finish kind of assessing what he's got going on.
All right. Can we go ahead and do the petition so I can get Miss Chang on to doing something else?
We bring out Mr. Bridges. So that's sorry. Oh, we do. Sorry, we do.
All right. Raise your right hand for me, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. So, Mr. Bridges, you're before the court, State of Georgia versus Daquan Aveyu Bridges, 2022 CR 00630, petition for revocation of probation. Mr. Bridges, you were before this court for DUI alcohol less safe on the 26th day of August 2025. You were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 2 months and 28 days remaining. This is your second hearing And it states that you failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits. You tested positive for marijuana on April 9th, 2026 in the Clayton County Probation Office. You failed to pay. You are currently $260.50 in arrears. You're represented by Attorney Lynch with the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Mr. Lynch, what is your client, what is his position on the positive test?
As far as testing positive for THC, Judge, he does take accountability for that. He made a mistake in that instance, Judge. I believe, well, that's all we're gonna say about that, Judge. He does own it, and he does regret making a bad choice in that matter. As far as payments, I think he's gonna get back in line with that, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he has completed the statutory conditions, or at least I'm not seeing them being alleged as incomplete. So that's basically what we have for the court, Judge.
Ms. Chang?
Hello, Your Honor. Probation recommends that 12 days be revoked. Credit for time served since May 7th. Return to probation. He has completed all special conditions. He's ordered, as of the last hearing, to drug screen each report. So continue with that and continue to attend one AA or NA meeting per week.
All right. Mr. Bridges, why would we get this close and mess up, sir? What are we doing?
I'm sorry, I went out of town and I was in the car with people.
And you were what?
I said I was coming from out of town and I was in a car with my cousin and them.
Judge, he's not saying he didn't partake in the marijuana.
No, I got it.
Instance.
I got it. You know, when they passing it, you be like, oh, puff, puff, pass going on, or somebody hot boxing and you happen to be in the box. I get it. But Mr. Bridges, you have something to lose that they don't, and that is time, sir. That is time. So if I were you, I would keep my eye on the prize, because a lot of people gonna tell you, man, you take some of that yellow root, you're not gonna test positive. I got you. My cousin used that. Don't believe all that foolishness. What I'm telling you is, you know how much more time you have before me. You know that you've already been before me. This is your second hearing. Sir, don't waste your opportunity to be free and done with this case by falling back into old habits. You're too old for that. Okay? It is time to mature and to move forward, knowing that sometimes we got to leave the crowd behind to achieve what we need to achieve. You can hang with the crowd and do what they do and stay where you are and get what you get, or you can make the choice to be different and to move forward, and to achieve more in life. Because as I hear, now I wouldn't know for sure because I ain't going back there, but I hear the Clayton County Jail ain't nothing nice right now. So if I were you, I would endeavor not to go back. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, because all of this, I was hanging with my boys, riding with my cousin, all that is well and good. But if they're not going anywhere in life, that's where you going. When you ride with those people, you going where they go. If they ain't going nowhere, you're not going anywhere. If you got a goal in life, then you sometimes have to separate yourself from the herd. All right. So I'll accept the recommendation, 12 days credit for time served since May 7th. Return to probation, report at each, test at each report. Continue to do one community support meeting per week and show proof of that. And Ms. Chang, if you will give him his report time.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bridges, if you'll report this Thursday, May 21st at 9:30 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're free to go at this time, sir. Remember, you keep your eye on the prize, Mr. Bridges.
Say what?
Your Honor, that's all I have this afternoon. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If we're ready for another plea, we could do Mr. Dodson.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh, that's not Mr. Dodson. That's Mr. Johnson. Oh, I guess we could actually. Well, I still got to find out what it is for him. So we got to do Dodson. Actually, let me find out. That is the cutest thing I've ever heard. My daughter just told my mom, my wife, I want Daddy to stay home and you go to work. She's two. Yes, sir.
One second. All right, who's this?
Judge, this is Mr. Dana Dotson. He's before your honor on a criminal trespass case. This is an airport case. We would stipulate to a factual basis and enter a guilty plea.
All right. Mr. Dodson, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Dana Maurice Dodson, 2026 CR 05156 for criminal trespass. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Your attorney, Mr. Lynch, has indicated you're entering a plea of guilty. By doing so, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. Give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please. Stipulation to the facts, so recommendation. Ms. Adams, you're muted.
My apologies, Your Honor. As to count one, the state will recommend 12 months to serve 30 days. The balance suspended as long as the defendant does not return to the airport MARTA train station.
Mr. Lynch.
Yes, Judge. We would ask court to accept that recommendation.
All right, Mr. Dodson, I'm going to accept your plea. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 30 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to the MARTA station at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport for the balance of your sentence. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care of yourself, Mr. Dodson.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
If we could go ahead and do Mr. Robert Crawford.
Okay.
Crawford. Hey, me. Put it in the air.
All right, Mr. Crawford, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Crawford, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Robert Lee Crawford, 2026 CR 05155 for criminal trespass, count 1, disorderly conduct, count 2, and marijuana 1 ounce or less. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, he's going to enter a no contest plea to count 1, and I believe counts 2 and 3 would be null pros. That was my understanding anyway.
All right, by entering a plea of no low to count 1, counts 2 and 3 will be no pros. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right of the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Mr. Crawford?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Your Honor, on April 6, 2026, at approximately 7:23 p.m., officers were dispatched to the MARTA Atlanta Airport train station in Clayton County in reference to a fight. Upon arrival, officers made contact with one of the patrons that was involved in the fight, or in the dispute rather, and the patrons advised that he was in a verbal dispute with the defendant, and that he had swung his cane towards the defendant after the defendant swung towards his face. The officers looked at CCTV footage and confirmed that the defendant did strike the other patron towards his face prior to the other patron swinging a cane at him. Officers subsequently checked for MARTA suspensions and found that the defendant was issued a MARTA suspension on February 22nd, 2026, that went into effect March 24th, 2026, and that was to expire on May 22nd, 2026. This incident occurred on April 6, 2026. As to count 1, the state is recommending 12 months to serve 45 days, credit for the time served. The balance will suspend as long as the defendant stays away from the Atlanta Airport MARTA train station.
Mr. Lynch?
And the remaining counts will be no approximate.
Yes, Judge. He does understand that he's not to go back there without any official business, and I guess to not go back to MARTA while this he's under this case, Judge. And so we'd ask the court to accept that recommendation.
So, Mr. Crawford, I'm going to accept your plea of no load to count 1. Counts 2 and 3 will be no pros. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 45 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport MARTA station. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Crawford. But when you check out of the jail, ask if you can talk to a chaplain or somebody who might have some information about helping you get back on your feet. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because every time you go to that airport or that MARTA station, you end up here with me. And I like seeing you to make sure you're okay, but I don't think this is the best way to do that. So let's see if we can get you back on your feet through some of the services that might be provided, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, take care of yourself, Mr. Crawford.
All right.
All right, we have Hazelwood, Johnson, Simon, Williams, and Willis. And we still have cases on the arraignment calendar.
Judge,
So
I
Ms.
believe
Adams, if you have any announcements, let me know, or if you need to be moved into another breakout room.
I do have an announcement, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
With regards to Mr. Hooks, he's gonna enter a not guilty plea today.
All right. So Mr. Hooks, you are free to go at this time. Please be safe. And please keep in touch with your attorneys. All right. Did you need another breakout room?
I just need to speak with Mr. Lynch briefly just to find out if he needs me to speak to someone else.
so. What I would suggest, if we can, if would you do a breakout room with Miss?
We got Jordan, Murkison, Lumford.
With Miss Murkison,
Okay.
and just be on notice. I don't believe. Well, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text
Okay.
you. Let's start
I
with
got
Miss
it.
Murkison.
Murkison. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I'll put you in a breakout room with Miss Murkison.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Ms. Murkison, I'm gonna put you in breakout room number 4. Miss Adams, you should still be able to go back into breakout room number 4.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, take care, ma'am. You'll see the announcement pop up. Okay, she see it. All right. All right, so Mr. Lynch, what's next?
If we could do a plea for Miss Hazelwood, that'd be Ebony Hazelwood, and that.
All right, so that's the one who's taking a plea under first offender?
Yes, Judge, we ask for
All
that
right.
consideration.
I'm ready, whenever. Ms. Hazelwood, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
You can put your hand down. You're before the court on 2026 CR 05315. Hey, Ebony Hazelwood. You're represented by Attorney Owen Lynch, who's with you at the podium. Ms. Hazelwood, you're before the court for battery, family violence, count 1, battery, count 2, simple battery, family violence, count 3, simple battery, count 4, criminal trespass, count 5. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, we're going to ask the court to take this under first offender, but she's going to plead guilty under the First Offender Act to counts 1 and 5.
1 and what?
5.
Okay. By entering a plea of guilty to counts 1 and 5, count 2, 3, and 4 will merge with count 1. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself, And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
And your attorney has spoken with you about the benefits of the first offender statute?
Yes.
And if you successfully complete the how this will assist you in your criminal record?
Yes.
All right. So recommendation and I'm sorry, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On April 22nd, 2026, at approximately 3:26 p.m., officers responded to 4711 Wall Drop Drive, and that's the Bowden Creek Apartments in Clayton County, in reference to a domestic disturbance. While and that is apartment H1. Route to, whoa. When the officers arrived, they made contact with the victim, who stated that he had walked to the store and left the defendant at home. While he was at the store, the defendant had walked to the store, and they walked home together. When they were walking home together, a verbal argument ensued between the two. And that's when the victim stated that the defendant then placed her hands around his neck and scratched him. And speaking to the defendant stated that nothing physical had happened. And then she stated that the victim had pushed her down to the ground, which led her to scratch him in the neck. While speaking with the victim, officers observed visible scratches to his neck and behind the left triceps arm area. Oh, and once they got back to the apartment, or rather, the victim reported that once they got back to the apartment, that the defendant destroyed his apartment and damaged his pink dog crate. Officers observed the apartment where it appeared to be in disarray, posters knocked off the wall, miscellaneous items laying on the ground, and the dog's crate was damaged. The value of the dog's crate was around $50. As to count one, the state is recommending 12 months to serve 10 days. Credit for the time served. The balance will be probated for the defendant to pay a $500 fine, a family violence intervention program, and to have no contact with the victim. And the victim's name is Dantarius Sinkfield. Spell that for you. That is DANTERRIUS. Sinkfield, SINKFIELD. Counts 2, 3, and 4 should merge, and count 5 will be ran concurrent. 12 months to serve 10 days. Credit for the time served. The balance will suspend as long as the defendant has no contact with the victim and no further violations of the law.
Mr. Lynch? Microphone, Mr. Lynch.
Yes, Judge, we are asking that the court accept that recommendation and that the court take it under the First Offender Act. I did explain to her the great benefit of successfully completing probation under those conditions, and also the what a waste it would be to violate probation and not get that.
Miss Hazelwood, how old are you, ma'am?
25.
Okay. Y'all have any children together, you and Mr. Sinkfield?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. That's good. Because then that means you don't have to see him again. So I suspect Now, I'm not sure, but I suspect that there was some, I guess, there was some indication that maybe one or the other of you was not being faithful to the relationship.
No, we were faithful in the relationship.
Well, what was the source of the argument?
The source of the argument was he's currently out on bond, and they have been getting people for jaywalking and loitering in front of the store that he went to. So I initially approached the store trying to go get him because I didn't want him to get arrested again because he was already out on bond. That was the start of the argument.
All right. So here's something that I want you to take with you for the rest of your life. If you're in a relationship with a grown up, let them be grown. If he's gonna put himself in jeopardy and not have sense enough to not put himself in a position where he could risk going back to jail, well, you told him, but if he's willing to risk going back to jail, you can't fix that.
Yes.
You can't fix stupid. I'm just saying. And you have more to lose because you spent 10 days in jail over an argument where he made adult choices. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when somebody makes an adult choice and they have the right to make that choice, you just got to sometimes throw up your hands and say it is what it is. Because you spent 10 days in jail, you now have a blemish on your record, and you have to do probation and pay fines and fees because you were trying to save somebody from himself. That's not your job. You're not his mama. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So save you. Always save you. You're the priority. Unless you have kids, then the kids become the priority. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to accept your plea of guilty under first offender to count one. Counts 2, 3, and 4 will merge with count one. Count 5, guilty. I'll sentence you to, on count one, 12 months, 10 days, credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to pay a fine in the amount of $500. That'll be $737.50 with the surcharges. You're to take a family violence intervention course. Take that seriously, because if you miss more than 3 days or you mess up in any way with appearing for it, you'll have to start all over, and you don't have time for that. Also, there's some good lessons in that for your future relationships. Okay. So please pay attention and engage in the class, because that will help you avoid this type of situation in the future. You're to have no contact with Dantarius Sinkfield. Even if he contacts you, you keep a record of it, you share it with your attorney, but you do not contact him or respond in any way. Social media, through friends, through family members, none of that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, because you don't want to mess up your chance at getting this off your record. Count 5 will run concurrent with count 1, 12 months, 10 days, credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no contact with Dantarius Sinkfield and that you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, like I said, when adults make adult decisions, sometimes you got to step back and let them do what they're going to do. You always got to think about how's this affected me.
Yes.
All right. And it's not selfish. The greatest instinct that any human being has is protecting themselves. Okay. All right. You can go back with the sheriff's office.
All right.
Should be out here about 5 o'clock.
All right, we still have Johnson, Simon, Williams, and Willis on the jail calendar.
Mr. Simon next. Yep, David Simon Jr. You're gonna talk into this mic again.
Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. All right. And I'm sorry, who's this again?
This is David Eugene Simon Jr.
Oh, this is Mr. Simon. Okay. Mr. Simon, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus David Eugene Simon Jr. Case 2026 CR 05316, battery, count one, simple battery, count two, trespass with damage to property, count three, disorderly conduct, count four. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, he pleads guilty to count one, and he pleads guilty to count three. Count two would merge, and count four is going to be no pros.
By entering a plea of guilty to counts one and three, count two will merge, count four will be no prost. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On April 13th, 2026, officers responded to 7465 Davidson Parkway, Stockbridge, Georgia, 30281 in Clayton County, and that's the State Inn Suites, in reference to a disturbance. Upon their arrival, officers made contact with the victim who stated that while he was asleep inside of his room, the defendant was banging on the wall. The victim exited his room at that time and went to the defendant's door to ask him to stop. The victim then advised that when the defendant exited his room, he came out, struck him in the face, and caused him to fall to the ground. Once he was on the ground, the defendant continued to strike him, causing the victim to sustain an injury to his eye and a bleeding injury to his finger. The defendant also took the victim's cell phone and threw it, causing it to hit the wall of the hotel, resulting in damage.
We're not going to say that, but I got you.
As to count one, the state is recommending 12 months to serve 30 days. Credit for the time served. The balance will be probated as long as the defendant has no contact with the victim, Hakeem Cornelius. Spelling. No, excuse me, that's Hakeem Cornelius. No, I was right. Hakeem, Hakeem, Cornelius, Cornelius.
Count three.
Count three would be 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for the time served, and that's going to be ran concurrent to count one, plus restitution in the amount of $80 for the phone that he threw. Count 2 will merge into count 1, and count 4 will be notarized.
All right, you said it was 12 months to serve 30 days credit for time served. Balance will be probated?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's to pay the restitution?
Well, yes.
Anything else?
That was all. That was it from the
All right,
state.
Mr. Lynch?
Yes, Judge. So just a little bit more context here. While Mr. Simon is not arguing that what he did was justified, we would have entered a not guilty plea and gone down that route. He does want the court to know that this was in response to what I would characterize as an ongoing harassment campaign by the alleged victim. Essentially, they're in hotel rooms next to each other. There had been banging on the walls. There had been threats to my client. And he does admit that on this day, he did react in a way that he shouldn't have. He does take accountability to it. Right now, his main priority is to get back to his family and take care of them, Judge. But that being said, there had been a lot leading up to this that I would characterize as unwanted contact initiated by the alleged victim in this case. And this is what happened.
Okay. Yeah, these neighbor disputes are bad. Mr. Simon, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to counts 1 and 3. Count 2 will merge with count 1. Count 4 will be no cost. On count 1, I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 30 days. Credit for time served, balance probated for you to pay restitution in the amount of $80 to Hakeem Cornelius. I'm sorry, balance will be probated, and no contact with Hakeem Cornelius. On count 3 will run concurrent with count 1, credit for time served, 12 months, 30 days, credit for time served, balance probated for you to pay restitution in the amount of $80 through probation, to Hakeem Cornelius. Now, this is what I'm willing to do. Upon payment of the restitution, both of the probation on count 1 and count 3 can suspend, as long as you have no contact with Hakeem Cornelius.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So as soon as you pay the restitution, then your probation will suspend. The only condition will be that you have no contact with him.
You want to say that?
So what do I do about
about the payment?
So if y'all are still in the same proximity, what I would do is either move to a new hotel or ask the hotel to move you to a new room. So that might work in your favor.
I'll tell you.
Okay. All right. So you can go back with the sheriff's office.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, Judge. Did the court want to provide an address for the restitution check to
Oh,
be mailed
yes,
to?
we do need to do that. Do we have an address for Mr. Cornelius? If so, Ms. Adams, can you chat that to Ms. Brown? Thank you, Ms. Brown.
Thank you, Judge.
And Judge, if you just give me one moment, I'll try to finish up the 2 remaining inmates that I don't have clarity on.
Okay, we'll be back.
And I do have an update.
Ma'am, Ms. Adams? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, with regards to Ms. Murkison, and we're asking that she be reset. She has a co-defendant, Mr. Lumford. We also represent him, but I think we'll have a conflict with him.
Okay.
This is likely to be a cross-fifth, so we're asking that he receive new counsel.
All right, so Ms. Murkison will be reset for Ms. Val. We're gonna need to appoint counsel to Lumford. And we'll, actually, Ms. Powell. Ms. Powell. Okay, so we'll do a conflict appointment for Mr. Lumford. Ms. Murkison will be reset on the same date as Lumpkin. And we'll notice it. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So that takes care of Lumpkin and Murkison on the arraignment calendar.
Am I free to leave, Judge?
Ms. Murkison, yes. So here's the thing.
Yes,
I would
ma'am.
assume that there are bond conditions for you and Mr. Lumpford. Please make sure that you adhere to those bond conditions. If you don't know what they are, come down to the Clayton County Justice Center on the first floor, get a copy of them, or contact the clerk's office, the state court clerk's office through their website and get a copy of your
Yes, ma'am.
bond conditions. Please do not violate your bond conditions, or you could have your bond revoked, spend time in jail, get rearrested, charged with misdemeanors or felonies. Same for you, Mr. Lumpford. We're going to go ahead and get Mr. Lumpford new counsel, and we'll get you, you'll have the Lister Holton Dennis, and when we bring you back on the next calendar, your attorneys may have worked something out, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Lumpford, you're free to go at this time too.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Your Honor. And I have one more. If you can please place me in a breakout space with Burgess.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Burgess, I'm going to put you in breakout room number 4. Miss Adams is in breakout room number 4. You'll see the invitation pop up on your screen. Just go ahead and, yeah, he's in there. Thank you. All right, so we have on arraignment, Cameron, Clemens, Jordan, Burgess is in the breakout room. And then on jail calendar, we have Johnson, Williams, and Willis. All right, so Mr. Lynch, go ahead and meet with whoever is remaining.
Yes, Your Honor. I think.
Hold on.
Mr. Burgess, you didn't get, you were in the breakout room. Why did you come back out?
Well, I had to fix my camera, and then it just took me out.
Let me put you back in, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem. Try that.
Your Honor, I have an update whenever the court's ready.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Adams.
All right, for Mr. Burgess, it's gonna be similar to Ms. Markerson. We're asking for a reset for cross fifth. Ms. Jordan is the co-defendant and she'll need new counsel to be appointed.
I'm sorry, so Burgess is gonna stay with Elizabeth Dennis,
Yes,
and Jordan is gonna have counsel appointed?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so, for Jordan, we'll appoint counsel. Burgess is gonna be reset to the same date as Jordan, so that we can get them on the same calendar, for a possible CrossFit.
Yes.
All righty, so, that's, so Burgess and Jordan can both be excused. Please remember that you have bond conditions. Please make sure that you observe your bond conditions. If you do not know what they are, please get a copy of them from the state court clerk's office, either through their website or by coming in to the first floor of the Clayton County Justice Center building at 9151 Terra Boulevard. If you were to violate your bond conditions before these cases are resolved, you could be arrested, have your bond revoked, and remain in jail until the cases are resolved. You could also be charged with additional misdemeanors or felonies. So if you don't know what your bond conditions are, please get that information, and we'll send out notice for the reset. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Burgess. Thank you, Ms.
Well,
Jordan. All right. So we still have Cameron and Clemens, and I'm not sure if they were in the courtroom or if they were online. Let me see. Cameron, Clemens. I don't see them.
I
But
believe
if
they're
you,
in the courtroom, Your Honor.
okay, so Mr.
Um,
Lynch
Lynch.
was speaking with them,
Yes.
and
Uh,
then I think so. That's just the two remaining cases on the arraignment calendar, and I think we just have 3 remaining cases on the jail calendar. Right? All right, we'll be back when Mr. Lynch is out of the out of the conference area.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, I believe I'm ready to proceed with the remaining jail matters.
All right, Mr. Lynch, one moment. Let me just send this order. All right, who's coming up first?
So first, for Arthur Philip Willis, I would ask for a one-time continuance to the next jail calendar. Judge, I just need to find out some more information about the other. It's kind of a lot going on with this case, and I think I owe my client a little bit of investigation.
All right, so reset to the next jail calendar for Willis.
And then for Khalil Lamar Williams, we do have a negotiated plea.
Okay.
Can y'all
Can we
pull
bring
up
him out?
Khalil Williams? Did Castro leave? Can you pull up Khalil Williams?
Mr. Williams, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down, sir. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Khalil Lamar Williams, 2026 CR 05281 for simple battery family violence, count 1, and simple battery, count 2. Mr. Lynch, your attorney is with you at the podium. Mr. Lynch, what does Mr. Williams plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, he's pleading guilty to count 2.
By entering a plea of guilty to count 2, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate themselves to not incriminate themselves, or if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
You're muted, Miss Adams.
Thank you. On April 20th, 2026, officers responded to 1604 South Lake Cove Court in Clayton County in reference to a domestic disturbance. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the victim, who stated that her and her boyfriend, which is her and her then boyfriend, which is the defendant, were involved in an argument that had become physical. The victim advised that that her and the defendant were staying at a friend's house, and when they woke up that morning, they had went into the or when they woke up in the morning, the defendant expressed that he was uncomfortable in the house and he left. The defendant returned to the house later and asked the victim to step outside to talk. And the victim reported that they walked across the street behind the apartment complex where the argument resumed. The victim reported that during the argument, the defendant struck her in the head and punched her in the chest. As to count 2, the state is recommending 12 months to serve 15 days. Credit for the time served. The balance will suspend as long as the defendant has no contact with the victim, and her name is Tyshawn Davis. Tyshaun Davis. Common spelling.
Mr. Lynch?
Judge, I ask that the court accept the plea as negotiated.
All right. Mr. Williams, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 will merge. 12 months to serve 15 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no contact with Tyshawn Davis. You can go back with the sheriff's office.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I think we maybe just have Martarius Johnson.
Yes.
Bring out Mr. Johnson.
Raise your right hand for me, Mr. Johnson. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
Speak up for me.
Oh, yes.
You can put your hand down, sir. You're before the court on case 2019 CR 07089 for Martarius D'Angelo Johnson, loitering or prowling, count 1, criminal attempt, count 2. Mr. Lynch is your attorney. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
No contest, Your Honor.
By entering a plea of no load to counts 1 and 2, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On July 15, 2019, officers responded to the area of 7234 Cherokee Court, Riverdale, Georgia, 30296 in Clayton County in reference to a suspicious person looking through the windows of vehicles and pulling on door handles of the vehicles. Upon arriving on Cherokee Court, the officers observed the defendant wearing, the officers observed the defendant walking up a driveway of a residence that he did not live at. They made contact with the defendant and asked if he lived in the neighborhood, and he stated no. They then made contact with the victims who stated that the defendant came up under their carport and attempted to open the doors of their vehicles. They also stated that the defendant was looking through the windows of their vehicles. Another victim stated that they observed the defendant walking from their neighbor's yard, and then walk up to their driveway and look inside the windows of his truck. That witness then looked through the window, looked outside of the window of his garage door, and that's when he observed the defendant walking out of leaving his yard and walking back towards the street. As to Count one, the state is recommending 12 months, serve 15 days. Credit for the time served. The balance will suspend as long as the defendant does not return to the incident location, which is 7234 Cherokee Court, that area or that neighborhood. Riverdale,
reason?
Georgia, 30296. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's what I was gonna ask for. ahead.
And count two will be 12 months to serve, 15 days, credit for the time served, terrain concurrent with count one. And the balance will suspend as long as the defendant does not return to the incident location.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Judge, I would ask the court to accept that plea as negotiated. I have spoken to Mr. Johnson. I do believe I spoke to Mr. Johnson about this case during my first term of service before Your Honor. I know that he missed a court date on this. I believe Mr. Johnson did have some family support at that time. I'm hoping he can reinitiate that and that potentially he can find it within himself to try to get some counseling, perhaps some services. Mr. Johnson does have some mental health issues that he's dealing with, but I do believe that he's competent to make a plea today.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, this was a while ago, so I'm sure some things have changed, but I hope you're able to access some form of assistance. So I'm going to accept your plea of no load to counts 1 and 2. I'll sentence you to run concurrent 12 months to serve 15 days, credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to 7234 Cherokee, Riverdale, Georgia, Clayton County. Okay.
All right.
You can go back with the sheriff's office. All right. Anything else, Mr. Lynch?
Nothing further.
Okay, so for the arraignment calendar, we did have 2 remaining cases. Ms. Adams was able to I'll go over the calendar. So for Burgess, that was reset to go on the same calendar as Jordan. Burgess needs the appointment of, Burgess is going to be in Lister Holton Dennis case. Jordan needs the appointment of conflict counsel, and they need to be reset for the same day for a possible cross fifth. I still don't have an announcement on Cameron or Clemens. Flores was a plea. Gibbs was bench warrant bond forfeiture. Harry, not guilty. Hooks, not guilty. Iraheta, plea. Jackson, plea. Jones, not guilty. Jordan is the one that's going to be appointed counsel. Lejean is a plea. Lumford is also going to need appointment of conflict counsel. Murkison, which is the co-defendant, will be reset to go on the same day as Lumpkin after appointment of conflict counsel for Lumpkin. Savoy is a bench warrant. Thomas is a plea. West, the first case was no pros. The second case was a plea.
Yes, Judge. And I do apologize, I forgot about Miss Clemens. If I could be placed in I need to log back onto the Zoom. But assuming
I'm still here, Mr. Lynch. I can talk to.
Okay. I'll text you about her.
Okay.
All right. So Clemens, okay. Alexis Clemens. 1 second. Miss Clemens, I'm going to put you in breakout room number 4 with Miss Adams, Miss Samantha Adams.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. And Cameron, did I have a wrong announcement for that?
So,
Your Honor, I did, I believe that there was a bench warrant announcement for Cameron, but I'm actually reviewing this case right now.
Okay, let me look. Let me see, because I may not have written it down when I said it.
But
Yeah, I don't believe Cameron appeared. But let me know what you're thinking, Miss Adams.
Judge, I do have, if we're talking about Toriana Cameron, I did write bench warrant on my calendar, and I
All right, thank
don't
you.
think I see her.
Yeah.
The state's gonna move to no this.
All right, thank you. So Cameron 2023 CR 04049 will be no pros per the state. Thank you, Ms. Adams. All right, and then we're just waiting on the announcement for Clemens, and then we'll be done. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
They're still going.
And I have an update with regards to Ms. Clemens whenever the court is ready.
I'm ready, Ms. Adams.
She's entering a not guilty plea.
All right. All right, Ms. Clemens, is she back in the main room?
Yeah, she came back. At least I thought she came back. Unless she dropped off by accident, because I did see her when she came back. Oh, she's there. Ms. Clemens, can you turn your camera on, please?
So, Ms. Clemens, you have bond conditions that say that you're not to have contact with a particular person. If you don't have a copy of the bond conditions, you can get them through the state court clerk's office, either through their website, Clayton County State Court Clerk, or by coming into the building at 9151 Terra Boulevard and going on to the first floor to ask for a copy of your bond conditions. If you were to violate your bond conditions until this case is resolved, you could have your bond revoked, you could be rearrested, you could be charged with misdemeanors or felonies, or all of those things could happen. If the person on your bond conditions contacts you, keep a record of it, but do not respond. You can share that information with your attorney, but please do not respond because you're the one who would be penalized. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so you're not guilty. Keep in touch with your attorneys and everyone else. Thank you so much. So we've completed both calendars this morning.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.